Hi, welcome back to Live and Breathe Horses, and today we are going on with this fabulous book, More Than a Horseman, stories and tales recounted about Tom Dorrance, collected by his wife Margaret Dorrance and John St. Ryan. Today's story comes from Kevin Wescott. He did everything to help me. I couldn't have helped other people without his direction. He made me special. He made it so I could do things with horses that other people could not do. I'm not that good with my own training. I've worked hard to be able to get horses together with their riders, and that is what I enjoy the most and work the hardest at. I love to get the horse and the rider together at any level. I didn't ride with you guys, which would have made it easier to write about something in particular that would have been worked on. Like a friend of mine in New Jersey told me when I worked on a horse that was hard to bridle. She saw me with the horse, but she didn't see me do anything, and then I put the bridle on the horse. She said she'd been waiting for me to do something, and it was over. That is what Tom taught me over the phone. How do you describe that? We went over so many of those little things like bridling, saddling and leading. I remember Tom saying Ray had an itch and Tom showed him where to scratch, and Ray had been scratching ever since. Those little stories that Tom told and his little sayings stuck with me, and I made them work. I remember one time he told me that Ray or I could possibly teach a horse to load quicker than he could. Speaking of the physical part of it. Even if not true, it made me feel good and kept me trying. A couple of years ago, a friend in New Jersey was telling me how he still uses the rope trick to load a horse that I showed him. I don't even use that, but it was one of those things that Tom shared with me, and I'd completely forgotten it. Just dragging a rope around behind the horse. I got that from Tom without being told that there are as many different ways to start a colt as there are colts. I used to do them different just to learn. We believed everything he said and tried our hardest to make it work for ourselves. I'm not like some people. I have to be shown and told. But even the best people who could figure things out benefited from Tom, because you would just be that further ahead by using his experience. The story in True Unity about how a mare wants her foal to get the attention, just like a human mother, those are the kind of things that captivated me. I love that story and have used it many times. Who else could have come up with all those things? To repeat what a friend said about the best thing he got from Tom was what he learned about life. The best thing I got from Tom was what kind of person he made me around horses. Hard to write a story about what he did to help me in particular, because for me it was like a new beginning with horses, and I tried to forget everything I knew and learn a new way. In my mind, I understood that it wasn't the horse's fault, because I knew that I couldn't get along with the horse. I knew someone who could. Tom. I think Ray believed that also. So it had to be me. It had to be my problem. Either not doing what I knew to do or not having the ability or experience to get it done right. So it is so true in Ray's book when he says, you're not working on the horse, you're working on yourself. No surprise to me if that came from Tom. When I was learning, it ate me up if I would have trouble with a problem horse. I was trying too hard to get a result and not just to get along. At some point, I began to understand it's not a method, it's just an understanding between horse and rider. I spent a lot of time watching Ray, so it would be easier to describe the things he taught. The things Ray taught would not have helped me anywhere near the degree they did with someone to explain and walk me through it. With Tom, it was that he got into my mind. So, thank you for joining us today. Another fabulous story about Tom. I look forward to seeing you next time.